via the Endlesslearner Virtual Reality group. My name is Kaarthik Alagappan. I'm the project manager, and I'm also working with the backend.
I'm Tungol, and I also work in the back end.
I'm Jules. I worked in the VR game.
I'm Catalina Morales. I also worked on the VR side.
And I'm Tiffany Lin, and I worked on the website.
So what is Endless Learner? There are three main goals to Endless Learner. The first one is to provide students with multiple games so they can learn a language interactively. The second one is to provide a website portal through which professors can manage their class and see the progress of their students. And the third is to collect data from games so that our sponsor can use it for research purposes.
ELLE is a multi-platform project, and as such, our sponsor required us to have a unified backend. These platforms are the mobile, PC, and VR. Changes we want to make during the fall would sometimes conflict with the PC and mobile teams' platforms as they finish with their side during summer. This meant that any features we want to implement had to be compatible with other groups' platforms. We circumvented this challenge by making sure that the APIs were edited to append additional information at the end, meaning that the other platforms would still be able to use the API without issue. And in the chance this method was not feasible for any API, we decided to create new ones specific to our needs. Since we had to collaborate with two other ELLE groups while updating the sponsor with our progress, we developed great communication skills. We used Discord to keep each ELLE group updated with each other's progress. Along with that, we also had regular meetings with our sponsor to inform her of her progress and ask for her feedback. This was to make sure that we built a product that satisfied our sponsor's requirements.
The website serves as the portal for end users to create content and view data. I'm going to begin with what a first-time user as a student will look like. First, you'll have to make an account. Students will be allowed to choose a random username to keep their account anonymous, and if they have a class code on hand, they can join the class immediately. Now we'll log in with the account we have just made. After playing a few rounds of any of our endless learning games, the student will be able to view their performance on their profile page. Next, I'm going to showcase the modules page where all the content creation happens with the professor's account. This page deemed to be the most complicated, but even with disjointed schedules, my teammate Calvin and I were able to divide the workload and piece the components together thanks to React's modular design. On the modules page, we can switch between classes, make new modules, create new terms, and use effective tools such as adding an existing module and importing terms in a bulk to cut down the workload. Last, I'm going to go in as a super admin and showcase how researchers can view the data. On the profile page, they can monitor the overall performance of users. Like all the other user types, they are allowed to use the sessions page to get a detailed view of what happened during each gameplay. However, as a super admin, they'll have a lot more filtering options and be able to download the logs as CSV files.
The goal of our VR game is threefold.
For one, we want to make a product that's fun. A lot of other language learning games are little more than glorified flashcards. We want to explore interesting, engaging concepts to keep user retention high.
Second, we want the game to be scalable. Other groups can easily add new games later, so users will always have new content. Also, regardless of what crazy, irregular input teachers add, we want it to be supported.
Third, we want the game to be a legitimate language learning tool. In some other games, you're wowed by the first 20 minutes and you put it down and never use it again. Instead, we want to make a genuinely useful product that helps real students.
Welcome to the Hub World, the room where all mini-games coexist and where you're free to travel from game to game. Walk up to one, and at the push of a button, you're on your way to improved language proficiency.
Let's see one game that will improve your writing skills. Spinning Stuff. As the name suggests, this game will have you spelling out words by spinning letter blocks and placing them on a shelf. Note that you can move the blocks large distances with little movement. Our sponsor put a heavy emphasis on making these games accessible. To enable those with short reach to play, we put in this raycast push-pull system to make grabbing and moving blocks effortless.
Need to spell a word with accents? Just peel an accent off the provided sticker book and turn a potato into a dad at the stick of a ladybug. The sticker book is also one-handed compatible. Simply freeze the physics of the game and you are able to place the sticker on a suspended block.
Let's move on to High-Rise Health, a game that will challenge your categorical thinking. Notice that these games are tailored for specific language learning skills, not just word matching. Here, to be an effective firefighter, you're going to have to pick out words based on their type, part of speech, gender, and more. These games give users a varied and targeted way to learn foreign languages, and over time the library of games will only grow. Our hope is that this VR experience will be great enough, both as a game and as a learning tool, to be a serious aid for students in their foreign language journey.
Every member working on ELLE is a first-generation student. Coming from bilingual households, we are all very familiar with the pain points with language learning. With this project, we wanted to make a way for that process to be less painful and more fun.